And what is up, everybody? I am joejdh. I am host of Beyond the Woodline. Real quick before I get started, some of you may or may not know that I am involved with the JRG, which stands for the Jevning Research Group, headed up and founded by Mr. William Jevning. Um, he's got close to 50 years of experience now in the Bigfoot world, uh, and we've got teams in New York State, Oklahoma, Ohio, Michigan, Maryland, Oregon, California, Louisiana, Missouri, of course, here in Texas, and there's probably a couple more that I always forget. But if you're interested in looking for this creature that we all call Bigfoot or Sasquatch and various other names, uh, man, hit me up. If you'd like to join, uh, we can set you up with a team. And if there's not a team in your area, in your state, you can certainly set up your own team. Or if you're in a state like here in Texas with me and you live on the other side of Texas, you want to start your own research team, hit me up. You can certainly help out with the team. You don't have to go out so many times a year or once a month. You go out when you can. And if you can't go out, so like in the summer times, I very rarely go out because of the heat here in Texas. It's murder. So the last couple of years, I've stayed out of the woods. I might go for a hike or do some recon, but other than that, I rarely stay the night in the summertime. So you don't have to get out into the field if you can't or if you don't want to. If you want to do your research on your laptop, your computer, your cell phone, public library, wherever you want to go, you know, you can do that too. And send us some information. Hey, go check out this area, or I found this witness, or you want us to try different techniques. We'll certainly try that. And like I said, if you want to meet up with somebody, we'll set you up, but we will vet you and we will vet them because unfortunately there are some crazy ass people in this world, and you got to be careful with who you're messing with. And we expect you to research the researcher yourself too. So, with all that being said, I know you don't tune in to listen to me ramble off at the mouth. I have to with me tonight, Mr. Anthony Ceballos of the Wraith.
What's
Yeah,
what's up?
but
The race is
the
here.
Wraith.
Somebody
Yeah, man.
summoned me. Oh, it's in my cave.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for doing the show. I know it was last minute, so I do appreciate that. I had a cancellation and I called you up right away, and shoot, you answered, man. And
Oh
this
yeah.
is Mr. Robert. Robert, man. Robert's a good dude, man. He's a good dude to go bigfooting with. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
All right.
Yeah. And Miss Sally. Sally's got a lot of experience too in the paranormal. She's got some great stories. Um, yeah, man. What you been up to, bro?
Just busy, busy, man. Like I said, we just moved here. Maybe been here now a month and 2 weeks in San Antonio, Texas. So this is the home base now of Texas Wraith Hunters and Wraith World. Um, it took a lot of patience and a lot of manifestation, man, to get here. But
Yeah.
but for being a paranormal investigator, for over 40 years, I mean, we used to come down here all the time.
Mhm.
Of course, enjoying all the places, the hotels and all the outside areas.
Mhm.
And I've always said there's three things here: Tejano music, paranormal, and I dang it, I forgot paranormal, Tejano music, paranormal, and food.
Food. Yeah.
Food,
There you
that's
go.
it, man. I
Food.
mean, you
Yeah.
can't beat that San Antonio tacos, man.
Yeah, man, dude. I love the food here in Texas, or I mean here in Houston. We got some great restaurants. San Antonio's got some excellent restaurants too, man. And I lived out there for a couple of years, and that's the one thing I miss is that the Tejano music.
Yeah,
It's like the heart of the Tejano music. The Tejano world really.
yeah.
Um, so man, I miss that. I miss going to the fiesta down there.
That's
Once,
coming up.
yeah, yeah, man. I love all the bands. It was always gets so crowded, but it's always so fun.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, of course. That the Tejano music has because back in the '90s and stuff. That's when all the major players were back then. I remember we used to come down here for the fiesta.
Yeah,
But I'll check it out this time because I know it's right around the corner.
right.
It's
Yeah,
it's coming up here, I think, in a couple of weeks or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Right about this time is when it pops up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So, what else have you been up to, man? I know you've been posting a lot. You guys have been going out. I don't know how much you want to talk about that. You can. I know
Oh
some people
yeah, I
want
can
to
talk
keep on
about
the
all
down
of it.
low. Yeah.
like I said, like we were talking earlier, we've been going to the Devil's Den, which
Mhm,
is notorious for rituals, and there's been documented sacrifices out there, and there's done the murders and
mhm.
all kinds of nasty stuff. But uh, that's one place I know that it's not only spiritual, but it's also physical because of the people that go there.
Right.
So it is a very dangerous place. I mean, it is. You just don't know. As most people know me, I'm pretty sure they've seen that live that I did with the when we went in with that cloak in the back,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
Well,
I was watching it. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. I couldn't believe I followed that dude.
well, like I said under, hey, they said it would be fun. Follow the Satana guy into the deep forest. It'll be
Mhm,
fun. Yeah, right.
yeah.
I mean,
Sally wants to know where is it at. I don't know if you want to tell her where it's at or not.
oh sure, man. That's it's called the Devil's Den in San Antonio.
Mhm. Yeah. It's a creepy place in the daytime. You know.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty cool. It's like the forest that I talk a lot about. I mean, it really, when you look at it, it's really some beautiful places,
mhm,
especially the forest. I mean,
right.
oh my gosh, man. But once it starts getting dark, what I mean,
Mhm,
it starts to totally change. Now you can't get a lot of activity during the daytime because I know a lot of people, well, why do you have to do it at night? Well, you don't. You can do it during the day. It's just
right.
that at night, I mean, like for ourselves, I we do them at night and we do them both, day and night. But at night, being because it's dark, your senses you're more heightened,
Right.
so your abilities can heighten more when it's like that. So that's one of the reasons why we do it at night. And then since we don't use flashlights, we're just in pitch darkness. So yeah, if you're scared of the dark, sorry, you can't go with us. You can go so I can film you, running. But yeah, that's one of the places, of course. I have a then I have found a lot of caves out here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've been going. We got a couple of caves that we went to. After actually, this is pretty good. I mean, it was thanks for inviting me on because I've been kind of out of commission for a while. Like I said, been with the move and everything. I mean, that
Yeah.
took a lot. And then starting my job here, which is just for temporary, but I actually just transferred from my other job was in Odessa.
Right.
So I just transferred. So I really didn't have to look for work, but um, just learning the whole thing, adjusting to everything. I mean, it was something else. That was like a paranormal thing on its own, man. Getting used to the weather's good. I like it. It's not bad at all.
Mhm.
But yeah, so and then like I said, I've been investigating, going to places. I started filming again, like I used to film. So after this here tonight, actually, I'm gonna go out and we're gonna do some more filming now, and then this weekend we're gonna start hitting it with just filming.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty good to get back in the game again, back in the podcasting game and everything, because I stepped away from everything for a while just to try to get everything situated.
Yeah. Yeah. But dude, like when you were doing your lives, man, it was actually really, and I'm not BSing you, but it was really some of the best live stuff I've seen. It really
I,
was, man.
People were asking me on there, "Is this a movie?" It's like, no, it's
Yeah,
not a
dude, it
movie,
was
man. It's
it
the
was
real
good.
deal.
You know what? If someone had tuned in late, they would have thought it was like a skit. You know what I'm saying? Or like a movie. But y'all did such a great job at that, man. You
It
really
was like a
did.
Blair Witch project,
Yeah,
man.
like a Blair Witch Project. Y'all were so good at it. I was like, damn, man, this is really good. It was really got me. I was really like invested in the video. I was like,
All I needed was the camera to start shaking and us screaming, and the camera just
yeah,
fall on the ground.
yeah. And
And
little stick figures singing from the trees.
yeah, and that's it, and it ends right there, man.
Yeah, it was good,
it
dude. Y'all
it
did a
was
great
it
job.
was it was wild, but
Mhm.
yeah, but we've been doing that, and then I said just going out to a lot of places. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been going. It's because when I do investigations, I research everything. I
Mhm.
just don't go just because of the urban legends. So you got to try to stay away from those.
Okay.
I may go just to go if I'm bored or something, but usually I got so much to do. But I've been looking into the old war maps,
Okay.
and I did find a couple of good maps, and of one of the missions where they fought a battle over that mission, and it has an old map on Google. So I just got that map and I got my satellite and just put them together, and I found the land where they fought, which is in
Oh,
between. um, a, um, it's a business, and between a business and a park,
Okay.
there's just a small patch of land, but that land before that business in the park was still, just the whole thing. But
Mhm.
you still have some of the original land is there. So we went there and we actually took a metal detector on that one,
Oh yeah.
and see, because I'm trying to see if I can find me some old guns or musket balls or something. Um, so that's the kind of research that I do on these places. I really get down deep into it.
Yeah.
And then I find these places that nobody's gone to, and they're right there. I mean, they're right there in downtown or right outside of town,
Right.
and it may be just a corner lot of in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I mean, that corner lot can be more, it can be a hot spot more than the Menger or the Emily Morgan or anything else.
Yeah.
So been doing a lot of that. But like I said, I'm going to start filming again because we're going out somewhere. We're going on to Austin and hopefully get down there to Houston
Yeah. Hell
and
yeah.
Corpus Christi. So yeah, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start going out, and I mean that's what I came for. I
Yeah.
moved here for the paranormal and to still, we also have a crystal business.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a building to have it as have Texas Wraith Hunters and have crystal store.
Okay.
So people can go in and see what we do, what the paranormal is, places that we've gone to, artifacts, dolls, everything you can think of that's haunted. I'll probably have, and then the other part of it will be the crystal store.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think people realize how rich the paranormal is here in Texas. I mean, and you're talking about from San Antonio to Houston, those were like some major battles. Actually, even like outside of Houston, which is the San Jacinto Monument is that, which is what the next major battle was after the Alamo.
Yeah,
When Sam Houston, tracked down Santa Anna and his army and finished the fight there. Yeah, there's a lot of history, and I think you could probably find a lot of musket balls like in creeks and riverbeds and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have been going to the Devil's Den. Let me see. I got this one here too, because the Devil's Den not only does it have all that crazy stuff in it, it also has a lot of witch stones.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen them, the ones with the holes in them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're this. The folklore on it is that it can protect against negativity, or you can put a nail through it, hang it on your door, or even like these right here, these smaller ones that you can put around your neck. People will put a necklace
Yeah.
through there and wear it around their neck.
Hmm.
If you're into that right there, they're kind of hard to find, but these are in the Devil Den. So I actually have Devil Den witch stones.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we got to go and hunt for those.
Mhm. And Sally says Baytown has some haunted plantations along Trinity Bay, which is right outside of Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. And I would love for you to come here in the Houston area, man. I'd love to take you up to the Sam Houston Forest. And so, like when that team came down from Canada, we went to Sam Houston and we did some Bigfoot stuff there. I took them to a couple of places, and I accidentally took them to a place that I didn't want to take them to because it's actually one of the most dangerous places in the Sam Houston. And I was looking for this little, like I guess like a little grave. And I'm thinking it's two kids because it's not very big. I mean, it's maybe I don't know 5 feet in length, but it's got a headstone on each side. And I always see like toys there, like someone's bringing toys, dropping them off, and I'm sure it's just random people. But and like I said, I'm sure it's two children, because like I said, they're so small and the headstones are right there. But so I actually wound up taking them uh, to that place, and I was like, oh shit, I took them down the wrong road. So we go down there and we start listening. And something you should invest in, Anthony, are those noise canceling.
headphones.
Those noise canceling headphones. Do you have
Hmm.
some?
Yeah, I have some. I have
Yeah,
the,
dude,
what do they call,
those
the
work.
H17, something like that.
Okay, those work so good. I was really like surprised, man, because we were hearing all kinds of stuff, uh, and uh, we were actually hearing like some breathing. and I was like, "What the heck is that?" There was like
Yeah.
something breathing. Uh, we were hearing footsteps and stuff, and so after a while, I was like, "Okay, we're gonna get out of this place," because that was like I said, that was is a place that was known for a lot of people that work. They came up missing,
Yeah.
and then we went to like this bridge there that I wanted to take them to. That was another cool spot that we went, and then we went to this place called Demon's Road. I'm not sure if you heard of that one. It's in Huntsville.
No.
Yeah, it's in Huntsville, Texas. It's a little bit up the road from Sam Houston, not very far, maybe 20, 30 minutes. And so we went there. It's an old cemetery called Martha Chapel Cemetery. And so we hid out there for a little bit. It was a pretty cool spot, man. I'd love to take you out there. They do, it would, you would probably love it because they talk about attachments, following people home. So that'd probably be right up your alley, man.
Yeah, I'll take them home with me. What's up, Kimmy? What's up, Juan, Diane?
Yeah, everyone's saying hi. Juan saying hi. Kimi said hi. Diane and Victor.
That Victor.
What's
Victor
up, Victor?
Santiago. What's up, Victor?
That's the man right there.
Yep. That's the king right there, man.
Shit. He graced us with his presence. Thanks a lot, Victor. Shoot, Victor's got it going on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah. So like we were talking about like attachments, right, before we came on the air. Um, and you talked about like at one time you were being you've got attacked, right? Is Do you have anything now in your collection that is kind of aggressive?
Yeah. Let's see. What's going on, Joanne? Um, yeah, basically everything. My
Everything.
yeah, my necrophonics, the way I have it set up and everything, my little rig,
Uh-huh.
it has an attachment on it.
Uh-huh.
It has multiple attachments. The boxes in the back, because the three jewelry boxes that I have, picture that big one. Um, my feathers do. Of course, that feather that I got off the cloak, that one has a big one on it. That whole cloak does.
Okay, yeah.
The Ouija board is up there on top.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's a Ouija board up there.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
I retired it.
okay.
I'm looking for more now. I'm trying to replace it now because I just said, you know what, I'm going to just put you up here on top. You've done enough already.
Okay.
So it's up
He's up in the
there.
rafters like they do with the
Yeah,
jerseys. Yeah, yeah.
the wraith, which I call them the wraith, the mask next to it. Also, I took it out and um, it actually my son got it made in the valley. I had another one previously, but it broke. So I ended up getting that one and then took that one. I mean, it's not hard. If you take things out to places, though, it's like if the spirit likes it, it'll attach itself to it.
It's like a vessel, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up, Brandon Cooper, man? What's up?
yeah. What does this mean in his shed?
In his shed. It was I got a bunch of stuff in there. No, shed is in here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I'm surrounded by stuff, man. I mean, I got stuff all over in here. I finally got like I said, once I got over here, I said I was gonna set everything up, and but yeah, basically that back table has a lot of stuff on there. Oh, there's a ritual knife back there too.
Ritual knife. Where'd you get that one from?
Yeah, that one's a really cool one. Let's see if I can grab it. This one is they're dragons,
Oh, that's beautiful.
and that one they were. This one was used in a ritual. I can't say if it's human or animal, but
Hmm.
I mean I can't. But I don't want to get you banned.
Okay.
But this is
Yeah.
pretty cool because this one opens up when you pull it apart. It's actually two of them.
Oh, wow, that's pretty big. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, and they are sharp, and this is made out of bone.
Mm.
The whole this whole all of this is made out of bone.
Oh, nice.
It even smells like blood.
Dang. Where'd you pick it up at?
This one I got from, I believe I got this one from an antique store.
Okay.
But you can tell if you pick up on it. what is it? Say, yeah, what's in before? What's up, lurker? He's lurking around. Get ready because we're fixing to go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I picked up this. My old diary was at an antique store, and it was just the weirdest thing. I had been going in that store for like 4 or 5 months, and every time I would go in there, it was like that book was calling me to come check it out, you know. And so yeah, I went and picked it up, and it's been here for quite a while. And it's from a guy that I think was up in the Boston area, and he was in the copper mining business, and he went down to Argentina and stuff. He's got all these calculations in there. And right away from the first night, man, I started hearing footsteps moving around the room. I was like, holy shit, you know?
See, that's the thing about me. People always ask me that, with all this stuff that I get, because, like I said, I only go after the things that are active,
Hmm.
and I bring them home, and I've never had anything happen. The
No.
only time that I ever, and the only time that I ever had anything happen was when I brought that sixth doll.
Hmm.
My other dolls, they were all active, and we did sessions on those live on those dolls. I mean, they were making my millimeter go off, the cat ball go off. I
Yeah.
mean, like for minutes at a time. What's up, Bert? RGB lockdown. Hey, man, I'm here in San Antonio, so we're gonna get together now, man. Get ready.
Hmm.
He's a cool guy, man. He's got some awesome investigations too. He's down there in the valley.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, but I've never had stuff happen
Mm.
other than that one time. But for the stuff that I've had and still have, even moving into this new house, I mean, you would figure, why would you bring that into your new house? It's like,
Right.
well, it's what we do, right? We
Yeah.
take our stuff, our toys with us, and so. But I've never had anything still yet here, even here. I mean, I have two cats. They're not, cats are going to pick up on stuff quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they act still the same way they act. Nothing abnormal. Um, I've never had anything like that. I mean, I've had some things follow me before.
Hmm.
Um, well, I did have one bad experience, but that was back in where we're at. But as far as the objects, everybody plays nice. They stay quiet. Like one of the jewelry boxes has an elderly lady in it, and that one, I know people always give me kind of little stuff about it. Oh, we got Papa in here, Mr. Howard Petrie himself. Yep, I'm all growing up, Papa. I'm growing up. Yep, co-owner of the Pair Links. Um, but I'm never. Well, he did. Me and Howard, we did a session on one of my dolls,
Okay.
and I mean that one was it was just they were just making everything go off.
Hmm.
But I've never that one. Back to that jewelry box. That one belonged to an elderly lady, and when I got the box, it had like I thought it was like dirt because I got it back in Odessa, so everything over there has dirt.
Yeah.
And so I had it, and I opened it up, and you could see like little dirt in there. So I dumped it out. I did not know that they were her ashes.
Oh.
So I had ashes all on the floor, and of course, I'm barefoot in the house, and I'm walking around with all the ashes through the whole house on my feet, and you can actually see her face in the box at the
Hmm.
bottom, and it smells. It's the perfume smelling. The perfume smell that comes off of it. It is so nice, but it's old. It's that old
Right.
timey perfume, and that's another thing that I've been wanting to do, especially here in San Antonio, is collect the old perfume bottles.
Okay.
There's some that got those little spongy thing that you squeeze,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that. Those old ones, man, from the 20s and 30s, like that.
Yeah.
There's that type of perfume smell,
Hmm.
and but you can see her at the bottom of the box. But the ashes, like I said, I didn't know they were her ashes. I apologize. I said, hey, I didn't know this was your ashes. I thought it was dirt, so I just, I dumped it out. Hey, what's up, Gene? Good to see Gene.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's that one right there. Was pretty cool. The bigger box back there, I wish I could get it. That one weighs 16 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It's a real nice tall jewelry box. That
Yeah.
one has 8 spirits in it,
Jesus.
and it's got its own scrying mirror inside of it too.
Okay. Have you ever tried doing
It's,
that?
yeah, I've used it before. It's a black obsidian
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
scrying mirror inside of it. Yeah, it's the
That's
other
old school right there.
yeah. In fact, I'm gonna start making those because we have on our crystal store we have the obsidian mirrors,
Okay.
and but I'm gonna start making the mirrors. The other, they're just black mirrors, but you can use them the same way.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. The
Mhm.
other jewelry box that I have, that one, it's a smaller one. It's a diamond one. That one belonged to husband and wife, and that's where they would keep their wedding rings in.
Okay.
That was not it's not too bad. The other the only one that's bad really the one that's bad is the bigger one, the one with the 8 in the inside of it.
Yeah.
But
So how
I've
do you
never
keep
go ahead.
everybody like in check? How do you keep everybody in check? Like, hey,
I
don't
don't
mess
know. I
with
just tell them to behave.
me.
That's what I mean.
No,
That's
no.
what.
But you know what? That's what I do too, right? I'm like, y'all guys keep cool and be cool with me, and and I'll be cool with you. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's like I told my dolls. My dolls. I had some pretty dolls. Oh my gosh, man! And I mean, they were all active, and they all behaved. And I would bring one in, and I would introduce them to the other dolls, and say, "Okay, this is so and so. This is so and so."
Right? Yeah.
Two of them didn't like each other, so I kept them apart.
Hmm.
And then because they did, if I put them together, one would knock the other one down. I mean, and they're on stands. You know what I mean? I have them on stands,
Right.
and nothing's gonna move them. It's like your lights or anything you have, but
Right.
one will knock the other one down, and then I'll come back, and then the other one will knock the other one down. So I said, okay, y'all don't like being together, so I separated them, and that took care of that. And then I got the other ones, and that said everybody was cool until that one that started acting up. One of those started acting up, so I put her in the dryer. And I mean, a lot of people knew about that and gave me a lot of hassle about it. Why'd you put her in the dryer? Well, she was acting up. I told her. But like I told him, I said, if y'all start attacking me, I'm gonna take y'all out. I'm gonna burn you in the backyard. Okay,
Yeah.
simple. Okay, just everybody get along. We'll grow the family. And when I got that 6-1, that's the one that I think because one of them didn't like uh, anybody to be around me.
Okay.
She wanted all my attention, so I had her right up here. And that I don't know if it's possible or what, but I think they all got jealous or something. But it was from as soon as I brought that one in, I brought her in that day, and after they told me not to get her, so I went
Mhm.
and got her, and I put her right here, and she's. I tell you, the atmosphere changed. I mean, it felt hostile. That's what I was saying earlier. It just felt like, okay, what's going on? This doesn't feel right. Something don't feel right in here. And then she started to. That's when I had my guest on, and then she started actually speaking through the mic. You could hear her starting to. My mic started getting staticky. It sounded just like the SB7,
Okay.
and it started to just. You could start hearing some trying to come through, but then I felt it turn, and I felt something trying to come through me because I do channel, so I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it started coming through me this way, and it's like, okay, this ain't cool because I'm not doing this with you right now. I don't know what you are. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was just bad. I mean, it got bad. I got dizzy. Um, I started kind of wanting to black out, and it's like, okay, I don't know what you. And then I felt like this one got mad at me, and then that one got mad at me. So it's like a bunch of women now coming after me.
Mhm.
You got a bunch of mad women after you.
It's bad enough you got one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had all 6 of them. So I said, okay, so y'all are gone. And I really hate that. I regret doing it. I should have just got rid of that one,
Yeah.
but um it was that was the only time, and it wasn't that bad. But I know that these are just as bad. I mean, if you want to say bad, but they don't bother me. So I don't understand that when people say, "Well, man, I brought this thing in here and everything's flying around." I guess maybe because I invited in, or
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was that, and you kind of set the ground rules and at the very beginning too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might be that. I don't
yeah,
know. That cloak right there, I know that one there because that one has a big story that you can actually follow.
yeah,
And that cloak does have a lot of energy on it because they did use it in a lot of rituals.
yeah,
You can, I
yeah.
mean, if you can pick up on that stuff, I've had a lot of people already. I was actually going to put it on um, one time, but I've been hesitant to do it.
Hmm.
And so that's why I was telling you that here this weekend, I'm going to revamp my podcast, Race World, and I'm going to put it on and I'm going to channel through it.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, man. You
So
have to.
if my eyes roll back and I start throwing green soup out of me, I don't know, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely want to tune in when you put that thing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm having certain people with me because I will go in. Um, I did channel Richard Ramirez one time on the podcast,
Who's?
and that one was crazy.
Yeah.
And I did I that same night I went to sleep. I fell asleep on the couch, and I woke up in the middle of the night because I had like a burning sensation on my hands. And
Mhm.
so I woke up and I looked at my hand because it felt like it was burning, and right in between my thumb and my forefinger here, it's like if I had my hands together like this,
Mhm.
but I had rope tied around it because I had like rope burns.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, you know what I mean? Because that's what he would do. He would tie the people to get the women's hands together, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're struggling like this, so I literally and I took pictures of it and I sent it out. And I literally had rope burns on there. But with him, I went so deep that I could see where he was at in front when he was living at the DeSoto Hotel,
Mhm.
and I could see him. I was seeing everything through his eyes,
Yeah.
and I could see him. We were walking out front, and then I had asked them to show me one of his trophies. I know it sounds morbid, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we're kind of there, right?
Yeah.
And because you know, serial killers always have people that they didn't find,
Right. Yeah.
you know, and they always have their trophies. And it was really rough because that one, when I started to see that I could see him that he had his eyes on about an 11 or 12-year-old little black girl. She was wearing a green dress, she had a bow in her hair, and he was watching her from the hallway, but just like admiring her. You know, that's what I mean. That's one of his trophies. That's something that they take their time with. They just don't go and do whatever they want to do.
Right.
But the other ones, you know, there's some that are special, and they all have them. I mean, I know this is kind of ugly, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
And I could see that he would follow her because they lived in the same building, and so he was watching her from the hallway. And then the next scene that I was he was inside the bedroom and he was just she was asleep and he was over her just looking at her. You know what I mean? And then I was I pulled myself out, but you can see in that podcast that I was out. I mean, I was zoned out,
Yeah.
and but that's why you know when you do stuff like that, you need someone else that knows that they can pull you out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that night I physically had rope burns on my hands.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I woke up because something was burning me, and then I woke up and I looked at my hands, and it's like I had lines around my hand and both hands like that, and because that's what happens. You get so there with it.
Yeah.
So so I'll be doing that again. I don't know what got into me to do it, but I'm gonna put that cloak on and I'm gonna channel through it and see where it's been.
Okay. Well, just make sure you have somebody that can help you get out. Uh, what I wanted to ask you too about that was, is that something you could just like do, just turn on, or you got to like build yourself up to it, or?
For me, I mean, I've been doing that for years and years and years. That was actually the first time I had done it in a long time.
Mm.
That was maybe like 5 months ago, something like that.
Right.
And then for me, it's kind of like natural. I'll get into a state, um, and then I'll take myself into another place. So I go into a meditation, and then I'll zone out. But
Hmm.
then I'm connecting with that person, and I mean, like if you watch that one, I mean, I'm probably gonna do the same thing because
Hmm.
when we do the Ouija board,
Okay.
because I haven't done that with the Ouija board in maybe like
Hmm.
year and a half. Uh, that one too is when I used the Ouija board, we channel through it,
Okay.
and I believe that that's the way to do it. It's not just getting it. I have videos of that one too. Where we channeled the four girls at the house, and I forgot where it's at. Uh, but that's how we do. We channel the spirits through us with the Ouija board. So it's a little bit more than just doing it and getting the letters. So yeah, it's kind of it's intense. I mean, if that's for this one here, I mean, you can get lost in there.
Yeah.
It's not something like you see in the movies and something, but it's no different than what people do, the psychics do when they do cold cases.
Okay.
Like I have Donna. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's not popping here. I have Donna on my team. She does the cold cases, so she sees that, and um, it's the same thing. I could do cold cases, but I don't like to because um, it's hard for me to handle what I see.
Okay.
I don't tend to. Maybe someday I will,
Hmm.
but I'll stick with the spirit. Well, I'll stick with this side of it,
Yeah.
not that. Well, it's kind of the same, but
Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I don't know what's gonna happen because when I put that on, oh, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it at the den.
Oh, you're gonna do it out? Okay. Yeah. 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 That'll be good.
What's
Yeah.
up, Debbie? I'm gonna do it at the den.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
So I think that since that's where that's it's true. So that's Oh, Carlos, I guess you just found out what I'm gonna do Friday. I was trying to keep it a secret, and I just freaking said it on the podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Is that anything like so like when you do your channeling, is that possible for you to like to get an attachment also? Do you know what I'm saying? Or is it something that's totally different?
No, you can bring that back with you.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, because you're connecting with it. Because remember, just because those people are not here anymore,
Hmm.
the energy of them is still here. You can still connect with it. That's what we're connecting with in the paranormal. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's been there with me. He's experienced. Actually, he was the one that was with me when we went in and followed that guy in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see who everyone was. I just knew that it was you.
yeah, it was just me and Lurker,
Okay.
and but yeah, you can bring up you. They'll come right through you. It's like people really like. Some people don't understand this. Even on these lives,
Hmm.
you can come right through these lives too.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's like you ever heard of with the phones. Like you can be careful on your phone because you can have stuff come through.
Right. Yeah.
Well, how about this? We're on a live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm connected to you, you're connected to me.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I had a young lady one time. She's been on my show twice. I love her to death. Her name's Alex. And yeah, she's the first time I talked to her, she didn't know anything about me at all. I don't, I just don't, but she picked up right away on my dad, and she told me after the show everything about my dad and everything about me and him. And I mean, she was like nailing everything. She's like, yeah, because your dad's right there with you. And I picked up on him right away, and as she's talking to him, I can hear like bumps going on in my living room, and I'm looking. There's nobody there, and she's like, he's right there. He's, that's him. So,
Don't scare him.
yeah. So,
Yeah, don't scare me. I get scared really easy, you know that.
okay, yeah.
But yeah, you can bring something with you really quick because you're getting that connection,
Hmm.
and yeah, it'll come to you. I mean, I know a lot of people that they've done it, and next thing you know, yeah, they're. I think what the scarier part about that would be is if you become that person.
Yeah.
because a lot of times you will become that person because you are that person. You're seeing through their eyes. You're
Right.
feeling what they're feeling,
Hmm.
you know. And so I'll probably do this one. I don't know if I'll do another one after it, but I'm just so I want to know where this has been because of the place that it's at. Maybe I'll be able to connect with the people that have been there, the ones that disappeared.
Hmm. Yeah, Sally says she's visited some haunted places and come home with some attachment. She said that's some scary stuff. I bet it is. What's up, Linda? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people realize people that like kind of play with it, like kind of like a novelty almost. They don't realize what they're doing, and they can get really, intense from it if they're not ready for it or if they don't know what they're doing. Um, so like where I live at now, from what one of my neighbors told me, he goes, "Hey, we were talking one day, and he's like, yeah, the people that lived there before you, he goes, they were really cool, but they were kind of weird." And I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, they used to hold seances there, and they used to always invite me over." And I said, "Well, either they knew what they were doing and they closed everything off, or they didn't know anything at all, and they never opened anything to begin with, because I never had any kind of like, weird experiences here, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony is in San Antonio area.
Yeah, I'm from San Antonio, Texas now.
Yeah, San
I'm a
Antonio.
month and 2 weeks old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's in a great area too, like we were saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before, I lived in West Texas, man, and there was nothing there. I mean, it's a desert. I mean, you would think there is, but there really is not. I mean, right now I'm 30 minutes from everything.
Yeah.
You have 30 minutes drive, and I'm anything you want. Like
Yeah.
tonight when we go to the forest. I know that there is a, um, and like I said, I hate to call them that, man. I know there's a Bigfoot in that forest.
Yeah.
I just always find that name so comical. It doesn't sound like serious.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't know if you got another name that y'all call them.
Well, people say Sasquatch. I say
Yeah,
Bigfoot all the time. Some
yeah,
people, it doesn't bother me either way. I'll say Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever.
right. But I do believe that there's one. Well, they're not just one. They're there
Hmm.
because everything that I've seen, even from your shows and your guests, and from other documentaries on TV and everything,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
from the branch markings, from the branch breakings, the way they are. I mean,
Hmm.
we have found um, shelters that are made out of the trees,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
that are they're made out of the trees with trees. I mean, it's like
Right.
they're even timed together with vines,
Hmm.
and they're deep in the forest. I mean, that's and like I said, this place here is not a hunting ground, so there's no hunters that go in there.
Hmm.
It's a protected forest, and so there's nothing like that you would expect in other forests that they do hunt. you
Right.
know and I mean, the picture, the stuff that I've seen in there, and like I said, when it comes to Bigfoot, I have never really been a Bigfoot believer
Hmm.
or UFOs, but that place made me a believer.
Right.
And it's funny because I'm the paranormal side, and I deal with people that say, well, I've never believed in ghosts until I saw this, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. The same
With
thing.
me,
Yeah.
I've never really been into the Bigfoot thing or the UFO, but when we started going in there, and I started noticing these things. Say, hey, I've seen this somewhere. Yeah, yeah, it was that show, but that was a Bigfoot show.
Yeah.
You know, and you can see this, like you were saying the other day. You see the branches 12 feet up in the air. Just bent or broken, or they're like I said,
Twisted.
they're bent in a certain way where you can see that it takes hands to do this.
Right. Yeah.
It's not just because of the weather. I take all into consideration. Well, like, I have some people that tell me, well, of course this changes. The forest, it just rained. I says, no, this is not it. This is
Yeah.
something that
If it's
grabbed
gonna
this.
happen, it's gonna happen to a lot of trees, not just one.
Yeah, this looks, I have video of one that we were, there's a chair in there. It's made into a chair,
Hmm.
and it's a big chair. I've sat in it, and it's way bigger than me.
Hmm.
And even the trees up there on top, you see the big trees, the big branches they're kind of like pulled down, and then they have these thick vines that are going and they're wrapped around and they go up this way. So it looks like something intelligent. You would say a man made it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with hands,
Yeah.
like
With no
that.
hands. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking at it with my guys. It's like, look at this, man. This is, I mean, really, really look at this without trying to put anything into it. What do you think made this?
Mhm.
And it's like somebody made it. I
Yeah.
go, yeah, but no one's gonna come in here this far in here and do this because we've never seen anybody come in here like this or anything. This is something that happens at night or something that makes
Yeah.
this, and it looks handmade. And we have found a lot of structures like that. I mean, where they're all just like this, and you just make a perfect where they're crossing. I mean, you look at them and you got the little vines going in there, and they're tied up together,
Mhm.
and or on the ground out of trees. There's big trees that are knocked over, and then they like the tree is dug out, and it
Right.
looks like you can see, like you can just sit down or lay in there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like a couch, like a little round couch.
Mhm.
So, and then listening to your podcast and listening to the people you've had, listening to all these other documentaries, that started getting me more and more like, okay, let me look at this some more because this is the whistle that we hear in there, um, the calls that we hear, the smell that we smell. It's like it comes in sequences. I don't know if you have experienced that in that way.
Yeah. 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 From time to time, but sometimes we don't always smell anything either. So.
Yeah, like here it'll come in a sequence. It'll come in a first. It'll come in a whistle. It's a
Mhm.
long whistle,
Mhm.
and then that whistle will follow you. But you can't hear nothing where it's coming from, and you hear like it's coming from here, and then it'll come from here, and in front of you, behind you. It'll come from all 360,
Right.
and then you'll start to hear you'll hear like something walking, but it's something big walking,
Yeah.
and um, but then you'll hear it's like it jumps from one to another. But we finally figured that out, I guess, through all the now after 3 years of that, and watching all these stuff and just hearing people talk about it and everything. It's just more than one.
Right.
We
Yeah.
always thought it was just one thing,
Right.
but that's why you hear it here, then you hear it here, and you hear the whistle here because they're communicating.
Yeah.
And then we have heard the really deep growls in there, and then from time to time you'll get that really bad stench.
Yeah.
And but then you also start to feel like something's watching you, or something is really watching you but coming close to you. You feel that danger.
Yeah.
it's
They're
a,
yeah,
it's,
closing
it's a
in.
weird feeling.
Yeah.
And and then there was one time that we were in there, and then not too long ago, and we were sitting there in the dark, and sitting at that chair, and we heard this big tree just fall. I mean, you heard it just break, like it popped loud, a
Mhm.
loud deep one. It wasn't a little one. It was like boom when you heard it, boom when you just hit the ground. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, what did that? Because
Yeah.
okay, I know trees fall in the forest,
Yeah.
and they do make noise because we just heard it. But no, man, that's something because our minds can see that. I don't
Mhm.
know. Somehow you can. It's like that something pushed that tree over.
Right. Yeah.
That just didn't fall, man. I mean, no. I mean, the chances of that tree just falling while we're in here right now,
Yeah.
and we could feel like something was around us. I mean, to say it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
It's it's just when it wants to. But we heard that it's like no.
Mhm.
I mean, that was something knocked that down. And it was right there, right next to us.
Yeah.
But it only gets so close to us.
Mhm.
It's like it's always like telling us to get out.
Yeah. Trying to push you out. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like and you know that whatever this is can hurt you really bad or kill us,
Mhm.
but it doesn't do it.
Mhm.
It's like it's just trying to spook us out. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And gives us that feeling like, hey, you need to go, man. You're in the wrong neighborhood. You need to go. You know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
want to hurt you, but look, we can if we want to. And that's
Yeah.
the feeling that we get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I want to go with you. I want to see how y'all do it because y'all are the Bigfoot people.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of do it the same way. We the same thing happens to us. They don't want you there. They will push you out. Like when me and my buddy Walter went out in late October, early November, something like that. These things were around us, and they did not want us there at all, man. So we
Yeah.
we got the hell out of there. But yeah, we found those tree breaks, and not only were they broken, but they were twisted. Like a
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
dish rag. And you're talking 10, 12 feet up in the air. I mean, what else is breaking these things?
Yeah.
Um,
And we see a lot of markings on the trees too.
yeah, right. So we also found out that um, well, I say I did the damn thing, and I don't know if you want to do it or not. But I took a dog whistle with me one time. Someone told me to try a dog whistle, so I took it out there, and I was blowing on it, and man, we got a growl back at us. This thing did not like that dog whistle,
Yeah.
and that growl hit us in the chest, and
Yeah,
it
that's
like,
what that other one did to us. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I
Where I
don't,
said I could feel it, like I felt it in my chest, the vibration of it,
right,
but I
right.
do
So
whistle when I go in there. I got a whistle that I do, and everybody hates it when I do it. Like, no, dude, don't do it. And I'm gonna do it.
yeah,
You know,
that's why I tell you about the dog whistle. I tell everybody not to do it, so that's like your cue to do it, I guess. But yeah,
I'm gonna try a death whistle.
oh yeah, yeah, maybe that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give me something here. We got
yeah.
Reggie the X up here. He's coming. Him, Reginald, and Greg Koss.
Okay.
They're coming down here in a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
They're gonna stay here with me, and he's going into that forest because he's gonna introduce me to Bigfoot. He says.
Okay.
So yeah, he says he's gonna give him a big old hug and everything else.
Okay.
So me and Grace said we're just gonna film him throwing you around like a rag doll. So it's gonna be good content.
Mm. But yeah, actually, like where Palmetto State Forest is at?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been sighted there. They've been sighted in Bandera County, of course, all throughout the Hill Country. Um, so yeah, I mean, you're in a good area for that stuff too. Of course, you got the legend of Converse werewolf. Uh, I don't know if you know about that, but
Where's that one at?
in Converse, Texas, which is
Yeah.
right next to Universal City.
Yeah, it's not that far from me.
No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I live right next door to it.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
So, I mean, even up, I know Canyon Lake's a little bit of a drive for me, but it's not that far really. But yeah, Canyon Lake, they've had Bigfoot sightings up there. Yeah, I talked to a couple of people about their sighting in Canyon Lake. So yeah, you're in a good area, dude.
I was laughing at my grandkid. He's walking around with a panda head on.
Oh, the what?
A panda head.
Oh, panda head.
He just walked by me. So I thought it was a ghost.
Uh,
But yeah, they're coming down here. So he's coming down here specifically to go in the forest to find Bigfoot.
Okay, cool, man.
So that'll be here in a couple of weeks. They'll be down here.
Hmm.
And
Nice.
so that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, there he is. We're all bait is always good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I just got here, so finally, I got to the place that I've been wanting to move to, and so now it's time to get to work and start doing these. And like I said, I'm filming really, really good now. Um, the ones that you saw on there, that was done on the laptop. I mean the tablet.
Okay.
But I got like that tripod has that big camera on it. That's the one that we're using now to film.
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot more.
You ought to buy you one of those gimbals so you can use your cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got one, and man, it works great. I love it.
Yeah. This is my necrophonics one. This is the one that's got the attachment to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that one right there. It actually got thrown at the aqueducts.
Oh, really?
We were there, and I sat it down. I told the spirits, "Y'all want to play a game?" And they said yes. And I put it down on the pillar, and it freaking popped up and flipped over, and they threw it in the river.
Oh,
And it was
shit.
crazy because the speaker and the phone were in the water.
Oh.
And I'm looking down at it like, man, God dang it, I'm not gonna get another phone like that because that one has got all these attachments to it,
Yeah.
and it still works.
Oh, good.
It was underwater, and then that's the one that I use.
Okay. Yeah, good.
And that's the gimbal. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty cool unless they turn upside down and then your live gets kicked off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only thing that's bad. But I think it's just my phone.
Okay. That's interesting.
So yeah, we'll be doing some really good filming
Cool.
Let me see, Reggie. Cheeky, you might end up as bait. He's gonna get thrown in the river. I already told him.
Well, cool, man. We're coming up at the end of the show, dude. You got anything you want to talk about or anything you want to promote? Your shows, your social media channels, pages, YouTube?
Yeah. Be sure to follow Race World Podcast, Texas Race Hunters on Race World. Texas Race Hunters on Facebook, Texas Race Hunters on YouTube, because that's where all the lives go to. You can follow me. It's my name right there, Anthony Ceballos. Send me a friend request or something, and you can watch the lives there too, and all the stuff that I get into. We have a crystal store also too, Race Worlds from the Dust Crystals and Minerals. You can follow that because we do sell crystals of all kinds. Talking about dragons, you name it, we probably have it, and they're all imported stuff, so it's pretty cool. Crystal balls, everything. What else? Just stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff now around here. I finally got in my element.
Good. Yeah. Hopefully we get you down here, or I can go over there and we meet up, man. I'd love to just go meet you. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just right in our backyard now.
Yeah, man. Well,
in fact, you know what? I was going to do an investigation in the backyard. Because all this place, everything, all of San Antonio is like that. It's not just people have to understand that everything that's built right now is built on top of this land. Right. And all of this land just been stepped on, or it has blood on it.
You know that Texas is only one of 4 states that when they build, they don't have to dig up bodies. Yeah. Did you know that? There's only 4 states that are allowed to do that. And Texas is one of them. And like I said, you think of all the battles that have been fought here in Texas. Texas has been fought over 6 times,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we got Liz from Scotland. Hey, Liz, thanks for coming in.
Well, cool beans, brother. Like I said, I appreciate you doing the show. I know it was last minute. I know you got stuff to do. You're a busy man, but I'm glad to talk to you again. I can't wait to see you back on the air, and I can't wait to see what you got coming up, man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some crazy stuff, man. I'm gonna push the envelope.
I know you are, man.
If it takes me out, it takes me out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Texas has been fought over like 6 different times. So yeah, well, not even South Texas, all of Texas up to California, almost up to Montana, really. But yeah, it was all Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, all that. But yeah, man. Well, cool beans, brother. Like I said, thanks a lot for doing the show. I do appreciate it. And anything you ever want me to share, just send it to me. I'll share it for you and tag me it, whatever you want to do, man.
Cool.
I appreciate you. And everybody else in the chat room, thanks a lot. I do appreciate the participation. We had Anthony's fan club in here today, so
my camera just went. There it goes. They're starting to act up, man. These attachments are getting it too. There you
go. They want to get on the show. Hi to all of the attachments. They wanted me to give them a shout out, I guess. Well, all right, brother. You have a good night. Hold on real quick, and everybody else, I'll see you next Monday.
All right.